Hi there, Janners. Welcome back to the channel. Janners on tour. I'm Sam.
I'm Rich.
And we are back for some more news. Now, we've been doing a lot more videos than we thought this summer, Rich, haven't we?
Yeah, a lot more now than what we were expecting to do,
We
yeah.
thought it was going to be a nice, quiet summer, but obviously not. So, guys, the massive news came out on Friday that Plymouth Argyle have our new head coach. No surprises, but it is Tom Cleverley. So, we're going to talk about what we think about the appointment, how we think it might go this season, and we'll talk about some of the statistics behind the man.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Rich, we'll get into it. So, Tom Cleverley, 35 years old, probably the youngest manager we've had in quite a while.
The younger one around, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Steven Schumacher.
That's it, but even he was in his early 40s now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Early 30s. Tom Cleverley, obviously, big mate of Wayne Rooney. We knew that from last season. Played at Manchester United together back in the day. So, you know, he is a face that I'm sure lots of people know. He's been around the block. Other clubs, obviously, he played for Everton.
Watford.
He was at Watford. He was at Villa as well, so I watched him there a few times. England international as well. So household name, probably not, you know, as big as Wayne Rooney, but he is a name that we probably are all aware of.
Yeah, 100% we are, yeah.
So Tom Cleverley comes from his role as the Watford manager last season. We have a couple of stats as well. 52 games as Watford manager with a points per game ratio of 1.27. So on paper it doesn't look great, but we'll sort of break it down and we'll sort of talk about it.
Definitely, Dan, yeah.
As his time as Watford manager, he had 19 wins, 9 draws and 24 losses. He favours a 3-4-2-1 formation, so not a formation that we're, new to be honest.
Nah,
3 at the back.
it turned into a 5 at the back.
That's it, yeah. So he can sort of change it. So that's a formation that we're sort of, accustomed to at times. And Watford finished in 14th place with 57 points last season. But again, we'll break down how their season went last season. Because they actually had a really good start, Rich. They were 11 games unbeaten at home.
Yeah.
Up until December the 29th when they lost to Cardiff. And they actually won 9 of those and drew 2. So going by that, it looks like he's a manager that, really wants to try and get that strong home presence, that home form, which we have been accustomed to in the last few years, obviously last season.
Home,
yeah.
But what I learned about that, what was the same as Syria last season, injury vector.
That's it, and we'll go into that in a second, what went wrong.
Yeah.
But no, if you go from that first half of the season, if we can replicate that at home, you need that in League One, don't you?
Yeah, we need it. We need to be consistent all the way through. Oh no.
If you go back to our, time under Shuey in League One, and even our first season back in the Championship, it was our home form that sort of got us through, wasn't it, over the line?
Yeah, the home form has to be solid all the way through it.
It does. So hopefully he can replicate that home form he had at Watford. Unfortunately, though, after December, form did dip. Like Rich has alluded to, there were lots of injuries. Also, lack of support in the January transfer window as well.
Yeah, had to back him by the ball, what we were aware of, yeah.
That was it. And at the end of the season, Watford did go 5 games without a win, so ended up finishing 14th, which, looking online, I thought, that wouldn't be, Watford fans wouldn't be very happy with that. For me, Watford always a team that you expect to be playoffs, but apparently they're one of the favourites to struggle at the start of last season.
Yeah, never was the favourite to be relegated. According to the Watford, what I know.
That's it. And they didn't have any real quality in the squad. The only real quality player was Georgian international Georgi Shakhtadaz. I probably murdered that name. I don't really know. Did you do any better, Rich?
No, I didn't do any better. Plus, no, I started to Bale up front.
Yeah. But apart from that, not really that much quality, Rich, to work with.
No.
So it was always a tough one. We'll go into some pros and cons as well. Like these maybe are just our opinions. You might have different pros and cons. Comment them in the comment section. But his pros, he had an experienced career as a player. Worked under some big managers, including Sir Alex Ferguson. What's going on? A dog. Alright guys, sorry for the pause there. Cooper went a bit nuts there, seen another dog. But we're back. So what were we on? We're on pros, weren't we, Rich?
Yeah, I'm done, yeah. So
we talked about how he's had an illustrious career in terms of the clubs he's played at, the managers he's been under. So Sir Alex Ferguson probably being a big one of note.
Big one, massive one.
Apparently he had
David Moyes, I believe, as well.
Yeah, apparently he had a lot of sort of words from Fergie when he first took over at Watford. So, that's always a positive. I think the fact that he also has a point to prove. Apparently he was saying that in his playing career he didn't quite achieve what he wanted to achieve. He missed out on Champions League. He missed out on a few titles. So for him, I think he wants to succeed as a manager, and sort of like you said earlier, I think his main goal, his aim, and his end game is to manage a club like Manchester United. So.
Yeah, not what main Duff wants to do. He wants to manage Manchester United or Everton, but Man U's the main one.
Yeah, so you have to start, obviously, a club like Argyle in League One, if he can sort of get us promoted, and that will start his journey towards that, won't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Also, I think the fact that he has a year's experience in the Championship under his belt.
Yeah.
And obviously under 18 coach at Watford as well.
Yeah, and that too, under 18 too. Yeah.
Obviously Rooney did have some experience, negative experience at that. Do you think it puts you off the sort of the sacking at Watford, or do you think the circumstances didn't help?
I don't think the circumstances helped with the owner. No.
No.
The owner was one of the hardest things. Morning, Jane. Morning, Joey. But yeah, one of the hardest things with the owner.
That's it.
But then the owner's that manager like man.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, and then a couple of cons. They're not massive ones. They're just things that maybe we could consider. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on him. I think fans expect success in League One. Rightly so, probably because actually, as a club that have been relegated, your first thing is you want to bounce back.
Yeah, not the bitter thing. We want to bounce back, but whether we can.
And like Rich has we've been chatting off camera, like you think that he needs to be given a good amount of time. No matter if we were to start bad, he still needs that time.
He needs the time. We do not keep avoid sacked a manager all the time. We need it down by a manager, but we need a manager to down by us as well.
Yeah, and what you've got to consider is the next con as well, which I have down, is that actually he is starting very late. Pre-season is just around the corner. He has a lot of jobs to do in terms of rebuilding the squad. He has to get his own players in. We don't know who his coaching staff's going to be yet. We haven't even heard of a pre-season fixture yet. So
we've been trying to find out ourselves. We want pre-season news.
So he is on the back foot already in terms of that, isn't he?
Yeah, but one to finish, it got to work right away, so that one to benefit.
That's it. So hopefully he won't be too far behind. But those, I think, are things to consider. In terms of his philosophy, so his biggest philosophy, he said, is harmony as a squad, having synergy as a team, building relationships and man managing. I think that's a big strength of his, and it's something that he wants to create as a squad. And I think if you go back to the 101 points promotion, I think the team were very close-knit. You could see with the celebrations. I think he wants to replicate that. I don't think we quite had that last season.
Now, we look at everything Steven Schumacher left.
Yeah.
We're not at that thing around everything. The fan have well been having issues, the fan base, ordering the money. Oh, and that ain't helping the matter.
He can put his arm around player, hopefully, if they're having a hard time, and hopefully he can use his experience as a player himself.
To out and boost them out,
In terms of his sort of play as well, he does like direct play to a number 9. He does like to have a big number 9, so it'd be interesting to see what he goes for.
And he likes to play out the back. I learned that last night.
Yeah, he likes to play out the back, press out of possession as well.
Yeah.
Holding midfielder, so quite defensive at times, but actually I think in League One,
wouldn't it be like counter attacking in my eye by the sound of it?
Well, the holding midfielder wingers will obviously drop in, and he likes a number 10 that operates very centrally as well. So
yeah, something we haven't been having really, number 10.
No.
Morning, John.
So I think, like Rich said, it'd be a mix, wouldn't it? It depends on different games. I think he's not afraid to change it up. Depend on the game that we're playing.
I learned to do 2 formations, the one you said and another one.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what it is, but it only played with one lone attacker.
So, I mean, Hardy, would he fit that role really? I don't know.
I don't know, but the rumour about Hardy what we hear in the last week or so.
That's it, yeah. We're not too sure about maybe Wrexham.
Yeah.
So those are sort of some stats. What are your personal opinions, Rich?
John Downey was the best one at the lot.
Yeah.
Me, I want to chat with the bit. I love listening to him talk to him where we just talked to.
Yeah.
But John Downey got a lot about him that just be a big benefit for us.
Yeah, I agree. I think I was a little bit sceptical, but I don't think you can criticise until you do your homework.
Yeah.
And I've done that a little bit and looked into sort of the opinions of the Watford fans, who actually are quite gutted, to be honest, that he's gone. I think
the Watford fan love him.
I think he did well, and if he can sort of endear himself to us as a fan base, then I think I can see it going well, to be honest.
Hello, boy.
So I think that is a positive, it's a strength, and like I said, I do think he needs to hit the ground running, especially at home. If we can get that home record good and also improving that away record, which I think has been a psychological issue for the club for a very long time.
For the last 2 years, away form have been
Well, I just think in our entire history we've never been consistently good away, have we? So it's something that we definitely need to improve on this season if we want success. So yeah, for me it's a positive. I'm just relieved it's done now. We can start to now think ahead to the season. Like Richard said, we don't know what we're doing for pre-season yet. I would hope now in the next week or so we'll hear some news on that.
Definitely.
And tomorrow we're expecting to hear his first interviews, etc.
Hopefully tomorrow or sometime in the week. It should be out early in the week sometime. Yeah,
so it's exciting times, and we can start looking forward to it all now and see who his first signing is as well. So yeah, thanks guys for listening to tune into the video today. What are your thoughts on Tom Cleverley? Are you happy with the appointment? Was there someone you would rather have had? How do you see it going? And yeah, it's time will tell, I guess.
Time a massive thing for time.
So in 2 weeks, guys, we will be back for another video. We have the league fixture announcement on the 26th of June. Yeah. On the Thursday, but we'll be doing a video with Sean on the Sunday. Yeah. So we will be back for that one where we'll sort of unpick the fixtures. I'm hoping to go up north to see family in August. So if we can get a game at North, I'll be at that one as well. So that'll be there too to look out for.
And look forward to the nice tasty fixture head to the city.
Yeah, the Devon Derby as well. And couple of birthdays coming up this year that potentially going into the hospitality lounge in October, so for a good one of those, that'll be good. And will we finally also be at home on Boxing Day? We'll find out on my birthday.
11 years so far.
Never had a birthday vlog.
Never had a birthday
for me, so maybe this year we finally have one on Boxing Day.
Well, if you don't, I fit to just buy, but it's still impossible to detect you depending on Boxing Day, so I was travelling.
It is. So guys, thanks for tuning in today. Like I said, what are your thoughts on Tom Cleverley as manager? Are you happy? And how do you see the season panning out? We'll do more of an in-depth discussion about the fixtures when they come out in 2 weeks' time. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check out our TikTok as well. We just had 10,000 views on our shirt on video, didn't we? And just to say, we do not condone the sale of cheap shirts. That was stolen from a outside company.
Way outside. And we tried to talk to them, but they're not answering no messages.
I did not give my permission for that, so if anyone at the club sees this, I have no responsibility for that at all.
No.
So check out the TikTok, guys. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube if you haven't already, and we can keep the channel growing and hopefully look forward to a really, really positive season.
Yeah, we need to. It's just a first step.
That's it. Fantastic. Come on then, Rich. Green Army. See you later, guys. Cheers.
See you later.